Hey everybody, this is the Apple reseller here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the iPod Nano first generation and how you can exchange it for a new iPod. Now, I'm not sure what iPod they're gonna give me. I've already sent mine out, so when I get the iPod, I will know for sure. So stay till the end of the video to find out what iPod I get. So if you don't know anything about these iPod Nano first generation, basically there was a battery defect in these that posed a safety risk. So Apple launched a recall back in 2011. Basically, you send your old iPod Nano back and they'll give you a new one. As you can see here, this is the iPod Nano first generation recall page. However, Apple took down the recall earlier this year and that the recall has ended. And we can just go here. If we go to the recall page on Apple's website, you can see it is no longer here. We can just refresh the page, and as you can see, it's no longer here. And MacRumor did an article about this. As you can see here, pretty much what they're saying is that Apple has officially ended the iPod Nano replacement program, and they've contacted a few Apple authorized service provider, and they have confirmed that the replacement program has ended and that they should call Apple directly. Well, they did call Apple directly and they were able to get a senior advisor to go ahead with the program even though it has ended. And what they're saying is that if you have an old iPod Nano first generation, there's still a chance that you can get yours replaced after the recall has ended if you talk to the right person. I decided that I should go buy an iPod Nano first generation just to see if Apple will still replace these iPod even though the recall is over. So this iPod Nano I picked up for only $10, and I called Apple about it and they say yes, that they will be able to exchange the iPod even though the recall is over. So I'm going to be telling you guys what you guys need to do in order to get the best chance of having your iPod exchange out of the recall. Since the recall is now over, it's going to be harder than when the recall was still in place. So before you call, you want to make sure you actually have a first gen iPod Nano. The way you can tell is if you have an iPod that looks like this. Now the first gen Nano was only in two colors, which is black or white. So just make sure your iPod has a white or black front. The plastic black or white front like this one is plastic, and you want to make sure the back is stainless steel like this, and that it has not rounded edges but like flat edges like this. As you can see, the first gen Nano has flat edges. So that's the first thing you want to make sure. And also, if you have one of these iPod Nano, I would say you should just try to get an exchange if you can, since there is a battery defect that poses a safety risk. And also it's nice to just have a 7th gen Nano, or if you want to buy these iPod for cheap and then exchange them for 7th gen, then sell them to make a profit, that will be good too. So I'm going to be talking from a point of view as if you have like an iPod Nano first gen like this. Basically, it's in working condition, but the battery has not blown up or anything. As you can see, this one is still flat. The battery didn't expand or anything like that. So if your iPod has an expanded battery, Apple will likely just recall it for you. Like they'll exchange it like no question asked, since that's a safety hazard. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is to call Apple technical support, and then the first person that will speak to is not a senior advisor. He or she is just a normal customer care person, and they will ask you for your serial number, and then you just give them the serial number, and then you should just tell them like, I have a first gen iPod Nano and there was a recall for these because of the battery, and I was concerned about this because it poses a safety risk, and if they could just go through with the recall and exchange the iPod even though the recall is over. Now they're likely just going to tell you that the iPod is out of warranty and there is no recall for it currently and that they won't be able to do anything. So you should just kindly ask them to if you can speak to a senior advisor, and they will transfer you to a senior advisor. And after the senior advisor gets to you, you just tell them the same thing, that you're very concerned about your iPod because the battery poses a safety risk and there was a recall for it, and ask them like would it be able to make an exception and go ahead and exchange these iPod as if the recall were still in place. Now, depending on who you get, they might just say they'll replace the iPod for you because there was a recall and the battery is a safety issue. But more likely than not, if you tell them that your iPod has not have any battery issue, they're gonna tell you that we can't do anything because the iPod does not show any battery issue and the recall has ended. Now, if they tell you that and refuse to exchange your iPod, you can show them that the Japanese Apple website still has the recall up, which yes, it still does. I'll show you guys right now. So as you can see here, this is the Japanese Apple website, and this is the first gen iPod Nano recall. And in case you guys don't believe me, I'll just copy and paste this and show you guys that it does say that. So we'll copy this and we'll go to translate and then we'll paste it. See, as you can see there, this is the iPod Nano first generation recall. This is what it will say if it was in English. So there you go. Now if they ask you how you can get there, it's actually pretty easy. You just type apple.jp and then now this is the Japanese Apple website, and then you just go to the tab right next to the search bar on the left, and then you just scroll down to where it say iPod Nano, and then you're here. So if they refuse to replace it, just tell them that the recall is still up in Japan, so that this will give you a more likely chance they'll replace it. And if they still won't replace it, they're probably going to tell you like, we will not replace it unless there is a battery issue, and that they can't do anything unless something happens. And if that's the case, more likely than not, you're going to have to end that call eventually and then just thank them for their time, and you could have to call them back and then get another senior advisor and then go through the same thing that I just showed you. It actually took me 2 senior advisors because the first one told me that they couldn't do anything unless there was a battery issue, that like if the battery actually exploded or something like that, then they can do something, but they wouldn't do anything for me. So you should just try that. It might take like a few senior advisors depending on who you get, but if you keep calling and calling and calling, I'm sure you can get someone that will eventually replace the iPod for you. So that's what you should do. So after the senior advisor has set up a new repair order for you and you give them your address and stuff like that, they will send you an empty box for you to put your iPod in so you can ship it back. So I got a box right here, as you can see. Now the first thing you'll get, this is just an instruction on what to do to send the iPod back, as you can see there. They also give you some tape, a plastic bag to put your iPod in, and then some foam to protect the iPod. So the first thing you want to do is just to put your iPod in a bag. Now do not put any accessories, earphone or anything like that. You just need to put your iPod in there like this and seal it up. Then you just remove this little square, and then after that you just put your iPod in there. You put the foam on there, and then you close the box. Now I'm not showing the other side because my address is there, but I'm gonna close it this way. And then you just get some tape that they provide you. Just take one and then just seal it up like this, and then you're ready to go. So you just drop it off at your local FedEx store or have them come pick it up, and then you ship this iPod back to them. Okay, so I'm back and I have received my iPod in the mail. Now, if you're wondering why I have to do this video separately, is because Apple shipped out my iPod on Friday, and I guess FedEx don't deliver on the weekend, and I was supposed to get my package yesterday. However, the package requires a signature and I wasn't home. So yeah, but anyways, I finally got it now, so let's just open it and let's see what iPod I get. So let's just cut open the tape, and then you have your Apple Care letter. It just says thank you for participating in the iPod Nano first generation replacement program, and that your replacement iPod is in the box. Okay, so we got that, and we got a lightning cable. This is like a replacement cable, so that's good. And here's the box. So let's see what iPod we get. So let's just open this up. Whoops. Okay, so I finally got the tape open, and let's open this box and see what I get. And as you can see there, it's a 7th gen iPod Nano. I'll take it out of the box for you, or the packaging for you guys. And as you can see there, you get a brand new, or not brand new, but a refurbished iPod Nano 7th generation. But it pretty much looks brand new, as you can see there. And this is a 7th gen iPod Nano because it has the 2.5-inch touchscreen. And we also get an adapter in here, I think. Oh, never mind. So as you can see, there's nothing in there. But they used to give you a 30-pin to lightning adapter. But I guess this time they just give us a cable. But that's good. So we can charge this thing. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you guys enjoy my content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it if you do. So thanks once again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.